Good morning. If you're anything like me, you're already thinking about whether or not you can go camping this year. I normally start camping in February with two blondes walking, but this year, of course, we're stuck at home for a while. Camping's brilliant fun and a great way to explore the countryside, but you do need equipment to do it. That can be expensive. So we thought we would challenge the team at Regatta to see if they could kit us out for our favourite sort of camping, backpack camping, on a budget. If you're thinking about camping for the first time but don't know whether you're actually going to like it or not, keep watching. The first thing you're going to need, of course, for camping is a tent. Now, if you're thinking about backpack camping on your own, which you might be tempted to go for a one-man tent. I made that mistake once and I've always regretted it. A tent lasts a long time, so go for a two-man. You've got more space if you're on your own, and then there's always room for somebody to join you if you want them to. Let's have a look what I've got. Okay, so here we go. It's not the smallest two-man tent, but it's not too heavy. I reckon I can carry that in my rucksack. Remember, backpack camping is about walking away from the roads, away from car parks, up into the hills and finding your own quiet space. This one will do it for me, I think. The next thing you're going to need, and we're talking about summer camping here, is a sleeping bag. For summer camping, if you put on enough layers, you can get away with a two-season sleeping bag. Let's see what we've got in the box here. There we go. It's big, so it's going to take a bit of carrying, but you don't have to walk miles to do backpack camping properly. You just need to get away from other people and make sure nobody can see where you are. One thing that you'll probably only forget once when you go camping is your sleeping mat. Sleeping on the ground is really, really cold. You lose lots more heat that way than you would do to the air above you. So a sleeping mat is essential. You can get away for the first couple of times with a foam mat, they're quite good, but inflatable mats can give you that little bit of extra comfort. If you want to enjoy your camp, that might be what you want to go for. This isn't the smallest sleeping mat ever, but it's inflatable. It's going to keep me warm, it's going to insulate me from the ground, and I reckon I can squash it down a bit further or strap it to the outside of my rucksack if I need to. One tip. If you're putting something on the outside of your rucksack, make sure it's really well wrapped up in either dry bags or rubble sacks. So, I've got a sleeping bag. I've got a tent. I've got a sleeping mat. I can think of two more things I need. One, I'm going to need a stove, but I've already got one of those upstairs. Two, I'm going to need a rucksack to put all of this in. I'm hoping that's going to arrive later. Right, there are a few things I like better than trying out new camping gear, especially tents. But I've only pitched a tent in the lounge once before. Let's see how we get on. Well, that's possibly the worst tent pitching I've ever done, but it's up, it looks spacious, I like it. I'm going to put the bed in. So I guess the big question is, what do I think of my new backpack camping kit? It was at top of the range, so it hasn't broken the bank. This gear just gets it right, I think, for that beginner starter market. If you really want to go backpack camping, you need to have something that's going to keep you dry, but you need to have something you can afford so you can try it out in the first place. The tent's fab, lots of space inside for two people. You can fit two people in the rucksacks in no problem. The sleeping bag feels pretty cosy here inside. I haven't tried it outside yet, but it is February still. And the sleeping mat is plenty big enough. One thing I don't like is a sleeping mat you roll off. That's not going to happen with this one. All in all, I think I've got a pretty good deal here. Quite pleased with it. And I think I'd give it a go if it was my first backpacking time. Hopefully soon, I'll be able to take them outside and give them a proper test.